Welcome to Cinema Therapy Reviews. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies. Joining me today
is Alan Seawright, a professional filmmaker who needs even more therapy now than I did a couple hours ago before I saw this film.
Well, listen, you might be thinking, Jono, why are you wearing a Marvel shirt? This is a DC movie. Well, I'm wearing the shirt as a screw you to DC because DC made this movie as a screw you to me. So today we're talking about Joker FOLIE à deux. Did I say that right?
Look, I'm not French. FOLIE à deux. Whatever. Joker, pretentious nonsense. That's what I'm going to call it from now on.
This is a continuation of Todd Phillips' much better 2019 Joker.
Yeah.
Continuing the story of Joker's time in the clink, his criminal trial, and his romance with Harley Quinn. Now, you could tell a minute into this movie, this is going to take some big risks. This movie's going to do some really weird things.
Oh, yeah. No, it starts with an animated sequence that, frankly, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is such an interesting way to start this movie. Okay, here we go.
But the thing about taking risks is it doesn't always pay off, and here it absolutely does not.
If you gamble, sometimes you lose.
Yeah. So, referencing another Joaquin Phoenix character, Meryl in Signs, if the first film he swung away and hit a homer, in this film he swung away and threw his back out. What did you think of this movie, Alan?
I mean, we kind of spoiled it out the gate. I'm really torn on this movie. Like, the first film was a brilliant film that I didn't like because it wasn't fun, right? Like,
it wasn't meant to be likable, yeah.
It wasn't meant to be likable. It wasn't meant to be fun. It was exceptional at what it was trying to do. It was engrossing. It was a very good film.
Yeah.
This has a lot of those same elements. Like, the production is fantastic. The performances are very strong for the most part. I just didn't.
Exactly.
It's not that I didn't like it, because I didn't really like the first movie, but I respected it and was engrossed by it. And there are things about this movie that I respect, and there are things about this movie that I found engrossing, and then there's a whole lot of it that I'm just like, what the hell?
How do you make a movie that is a sequel to one of the most gripping films of the past 5 years? Because, like it or not, the first Joker film is incredibly focused. Everything that happens is all about this poor, trod-upon soul who just needs compassion from society, and he just keeps getting pushed down and pushed down and pushed down until he finally snaps. And it's a journey, a supervillain's journey, right? From an average person to someone who would do horrific things. And every single thing that happens in that movie is building you from one point to the other. This was one of the most unfocused and therefore boring films I've ever sat through. And I love musicals generally.
Every time a musical number started, I was just like, now? Why? And then as the musical number progressed, I am a big fan of musicals as well. I love musical theater. I love musical cinema. I just couldn't get into it. And there was impressive staging, impressive blocking, not impressive singing from Joaquin Phoenix.
No, listen, anybody's not impressive next to Lady Gaga, in fairness to him.
Well, and also, having had to lose as much weight as he did, which, physical transformation for the role, fantastic. Overall performance from Joaquin Phoenix, spectacular, as usual. Lady Gaga, I thought, was also quite good most of the time. There were a few scenes that kind of threw me. Yeah, musical numbers were interminable.
I'm going to give Todd Phillips and everyone the benefit of the doubt. I believe you, Alan, when you say that most people don't set out, or nobody sets out to make a crap film.
Right.
So I believe there is some sort of artistic point he's trying to make here, but it's ironic that the song that they keep returning to over and over is MGM's That's Entertainment. This is not entertainment. Not only is it not entertainment, it feels like it's deliberately pissing on everybody who made the first film a success and what the entire first film was about, and not replacing it with something more potent or more powerful or more challenging, but just kind of deconstructing it and then lighting it on fire and saying, hope you enjoyed that. And then I didn't. I think the closest they get to a compelling point is looking at Harley Quinn and parasocial relationships with Joker as who she believes he is versus who he actually is. The first film captures Arthur Fleck into Joker, and this film then questions if Joker is even real. and does so in a way that's not exciting or interesting, but rather disappointing and deflating, and actually weakens the previous film as a result. And you have Lady Gaga, and you have Brendan Gleeson, and you have Joaquin Phoenix, and they're all of them trying and doing the best they can with the material, but the writing...
I will say there was an inspired bit of casting. The young actor who plays Harvey Dent has, and I mean this with all the love in my heart, the most punchable face I've ever seen.
Which is what you want from this Harvey Dent.
Exactly what it is perfect casting. Every time he was on screen, I was like, ooh, yes, more. Give me more sliminess.
Well, okay, so who's this for, this movie, do you think?
I honestly don't know who to recommend this movie to. Like, I watched the first film, walked out of it and was like, I did not like that. I did not enjoy that film-going experience, but it stuck in my head and it just sort of gnawed at me for a while. This one is still gnawing at me in a similar way, but it's every time I think about it and reappraise something, it gets worse instead of better.
Yeah.
And so, who to recommend this to?
Nobody.
I don't know, honestly. Well, so we don't really know who this movie's for. Who can it help?
This is really my one job on this review channel, is to figure that out.
You've been defeated.
And only like a month into our channel.
To be fair, this is the first time I think you've been defeated by a movie. The original Joker is a very dark film, and you were able to pull a lot of stuff out of it. It was great.
Oh, there's so much stuff in it. I think, again, maybe as a warning for parasocial relationships, for those who don't know that term, it's if you follow somebody online or their public presence and you think you know them, just a heads up that you don't. But me saying that one sentence just saved you 2.5 hours of misery. So just here, learn that lesson. Then Alan, out of 10, what would you rank Joker Folie à Deux? If you're French and watching this, let us know how
we are so sorry.
American we are. Yeah.
We're so sorry. This is a tough one for me to rate just because so many aspects of the film are so spectacularly good, but they're not...
On a technical level.
On a technical level, but they're not the script or the story. And without that, you kind of don't have anything. I keep wanting to say 3 because technically it's impressive, but it's really a 2. Like, this is a 2 for me. It's not The Room bad.
Yeah.
But The Room is also fun to watch.
Right, this was not fun to watch. I'm going to give it a 2 as well.
Wow.
I wanted to be nice and give it a 4, just to be kind, because I'm a kind person, but this movie sucked the kindness out of me. I'm going to spend the day watching Bluey to find my center again. And please make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell, because we want you to get notified every time we do one of these reviews.
And hey, listen, if you loved this movie, let us know in the comments, what did we miss? What did we miss? Because I want to love it.
So until next time, folks, watch movies at the theater.